Shabbat Shalom. I know we're small here, but Shabbat Shalom. Oh, there we go. Let's take a nice deep breath of Shabbat air. It's so wonderful to be together. This is our chance to decompress in our busy lives, to really celebrate in a way that we should. Life is so fleeting, so many different reminders of that, and just amazing to be able to celebrate. And it's nice to have a quiet service before Hanukkah comes and before our Hanukkah concert, to just be together and to be in community with the traditions of our past. So let's take a moment to reflect on the past week. There are things that we want to hold on to, maybe for our lives, and there are things that will be as fleeting as the moment that they arrived. So think for a moment, and I want you to share either happy, sad, or just a regular moment from the week with the person next to you. All right, we'll take another minute. We're just, those of you that just arrived, we're just checking in about the week, if you had things that happened that you want to hold on to or let go. So let's take a nice deep breath of Shabbat air. When we breathe, it's so natural, it happens through us. As my colleague Sean Zevitz says, we are breath. We are breathed through. Breath just happens from the moment we arrive in this world till we die. So let's take that nice deep breath of Shabbat air. We breathe in everything that we want to hold on to, and we breathe out everything that we can get rid of. We also breathe in one another, and that's important. Not just those that are here with us, but all those who have entered the space in the past, and all those important parts as our molecules combined with one another. What we just did, by the way, I learned from a rabbi colleague who's a mentor of mine, Rabbi Sid Schwartz. He says it's called parking. Whenever you start anything, you should park what you were doing beforehand. If not, it kind of stays with you and lingers. So by talking and processing a little bit, we allow that to stay where it is and allow it to filter out. So we have a pretty simple service. We're going to have Torah reading today, quiet prayers, some that will be familiar. For those of you who are newcomers, you'll get used to them. So blessed to have Cantor with us and Paul Staley as well. So we're going to begin with our song for the angels on page 142 as we welcome in the angels of Shabbat with page 100. With the song Shalom Aleichem, page 142.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Bimelech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Uchem Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Bimelech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni Shalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon,
welcome in the angels that will take care of us on Shabbat and allow us to rest. Last week I presented on angels, and I showed to the Episcopal Church downtown all the pictures of angels, and there's some amazing pictures. There's the Chayot HaKodesh that have fire. They have fire that come out of them. Then there are the Seraphim, special angels that would come for wisdom, and the Ophanim, which are my favorite. Oh, the Seraphim have the 6 wings and eyes. They're a little bit kind of crazy looking. And the Ophanim, which are the wheels with eyes, like chariot wheels. So as we're thinking about the angels, who knows? They're surrounding us. They might look a little odd, but we're so grateful to have them with us today. So I have a crew of angels here. We have Linda and Adrian and Eva, who are going to light our Shabbat candles. I'm going to invite them over, page 120. Asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat. Well, I still need you. You've got to lift up the cup there as we turn to page 123. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu b'shabbat kodsho B'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila l'mikrae kodesh zeker l'tziat mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta Tanu kidashta mikol amim v'shabbat kodshecha b'yahava uvratzon hinchaltanu baruch atah Adonai mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim, to life, and hopefully a good cup of wine there. It's okay, yeah. You know what a good Jewish wine is? Ay. Sorry. That was an old joke. My friend in middle school would always tell that joke. He had a good sense of humor. The other thing is, I'm not afraid of heights, I'm afraid of depths. So why don't we read on page 125 together? Where has this week vanished? Together. Where has this week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that might return. On this day, Shabbat abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat abide. And we're ready now to welcome the angels of Shabbat, which is on page
38?
138, is that right?
I'm guessing.
Yes, 138.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll welcome the angels as we always do, or the bride of Shabbat, or whatever metaphor you'd like. And we'll sing the first 3 verses together. On the 9th verse, we'll skip to. We'll rise, we face the doorway. We imagine Shabbat actually entering into this room, and we sanctify Shabbat. We bow to her, and then we welcome each other. We wish each other a Shabbat Shalom. So if you're a newcomer, don't worry. When everyone's coming around, you can choose to shake hands. We're a pretty friendly group, though, and we're appreciative. I hope we're friendly, at least. Okay, page 130.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela, la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala. Pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamo v'sachor b'dibor echad, Hishmiyadu el hamiuchad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, Shemo tiferet v'litchila la 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 lecha dodi, likrat likrat kala, Pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'necha, ki mekor baracha, b'rosh mikadam nesucha. So ma'aseh b'machshava tchila la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Mikdash melech yil melucha, kumitzim etov ha'afecha, rav lakshem mekapacha, v'hu yachmol alayichem la 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bahala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola.
Welcome one another.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat likrat gala, pene pene Shabbat nekabela la 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 la. vela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikavela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, B'nei Shabbat nikavela.
And now that we have community formed, we say our prayer for community. I invite you to remain standing. So those of you that were wise to remain standing. If you need to sit, that's okay too. But page 146, that is our call for community, the Baruch Hu.
La 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 la
Standing, page 149, please join with me the second reading. This is an hour of change. Within it we stand uncertain on the border of light. Shall we draw back or cross over? Where shall our hearts turn? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? This is the hour of change, and within it we stand quietly on the border of light. What lies before us? Shall we draw back, my brother, my sister, or cross over? Baruch atah Adonai hama'ariv aravim. I love that sense of the light being a border, a place, a space itself. And we turn to Ahavat Olam, thinking about the love that surrounds us on page 150.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Avta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chokim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, B'shachveinu u'b'kodmeinu, Nasiach b'chukecha, V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha,
Adonai, who loves our people, who loves all of us, may you be praised. And we turn to page 152 for the Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu,
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shenkevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shenkevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. You may be seated. Lil, can I have you come up? Would you like to lead the V'ahavta again? That would be great. You may be seated. Page 154. I invited Lil out of the blue, and she did such a great job last week. I invited her again.
Okay.
And it's the right book, so you're good.
Okay. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha lekol nafshecha u'bechol nafshecha u'bechol datecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Anohi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levaveha Derigatam bam Dijeha uveteha uveteha badewet veha ukumeha usatam yom leazeha veha yutafot ben einatha usatam amizzoveteha uvishareha Leman tiseru atisitan ekomisotai ditan tidoshim lirehem ani Adonai Elohim asher hotzetiachem meretz Mitzrayim liot nahem Elohim ani Adonai
Beautiful job. We're going to turn to page 157. At the top, we're going to be transported down to Egypt and Sinai and warm weather, kind of like what I said in my Torah thoughts this week. Please join me at the top. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. I love that. We're heading over to Les Mis for our anniversary on Sunday, and Les Mis is the story of the French Revolution, but it's always current, right? When we sing all these songs, we're always transported. It's just like the story of Moses and crossing of the sea. Anyways, we can talk later. Page 158, Mi Chamocha. You had something to say.
Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Mi kamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha nehta b'kodesh. Norati hilot osef eleh. Norati hilot osef eleh. Malechut zimcha rabu vanecha. Boki hayam lifnei Moshe. Seilianu v'yameru. Seilianu v'yameru. Adonai Elon le'olam va'ed. Adonai Elon le'olam va'ed. la 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 la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la 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 la.
Page 163, invite you to rise. A thought has blown the marketplace away. There is a, please rise, song in the joy in the wind and joy in the trees. Shabbat arrives in the world, scattering a song in the silence of the night. Eternity utters a day. Page 164, the Amidah, the standing prayer.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi ki tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise.
Page 166.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevi Geula Lifnei V'nehem, Leman Shmo B'Yahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah, Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayei Hakol, Atah Rav Lehoshia, Mashiv Ruach U'Morid HaKashem, Mechakel Chaim Bechesed, Mechayei Hakol Berachamim Rabim, Somek Noflim Verofech Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato, Lishenei Afar, Ichamocha Bal Gevurot, Umidom Elach, Melech Memit Umechayei, Umatzmiach Yeshua. V'ne'eman atar chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayei Yaakov. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'kol yom yehallelu Selah. Baruch atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
We continue with our own private thoughts and prayers, and we'll resume the service on page 180. Whenever you're ready, you may be seated.
Oseh shalom bibromav, Yaseh shalom aleinu, Ve'alko Yisrael, V'imru, V'imru, Amen. Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, Shalom aleinu, Ve'alko Yisrael, 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 Yaseh shalom, Yaseh shalom, Shalom aleinu, Ve'alko Yisrael.
Shabbat Shalom. So I'd like to talk just briefly about something that I think is particularly important this time of year, and hopefully will also explain a little bit about this week's Torah portion, and make sure that you're safe, both here and elsewhere, and make sure we get the Torah around safely. So this is going to be quite a feat. So the question I have for you, which I think many of you already know, but I kind of want to go over it because I didn't know all the rules. We're in the period of ice and snow. What is the best advice for walking through ice and snow? Okay, I heard it. Walk like a penguin. So I'm telling you this partially because I thought I knew what this meant. So I understood. A penguin waddles. Okay, who here thinks that I heard some notes? See, I didn't grow up in Buffalo, so I have some excuse. In Philadelphia, we had ice, but it was rarer than we have here. So does anyone think they could demonstrate what walk like a penguin is? All right, Marina. Okay. All right. Oh, and Lil's going to do it? Okay.
You have to move your center of gravity forward.
Okay, so Marina did what I didn't know. I didn't know, of course, until my wife Ashira we were talking to the kids, and of course everyone knows because Marina, you did something. I'm going to say it also for the benefit of those listening on cyberspace. It isn't just about how you shuffle your feet and making sure to take kind of smaller steps. It's also what you did, and I've never seen it demonstrated so wonderfully, is you leaned forward. So part of what walking like a penguin means is that you're actually keeping your center of gravity over your feet. And they also say to spread out the feet. So I did bring these safety tips from some insurance company that I found. Because I want to make sure we know this. This is vital for your health and for our safety. So I mentioned this because I was thinking about it. I was having a conversation with my wife. I think it's getting passed back. I couldn't walk like a penguin through the whole congregation, so we're going to just pass it. Anyways, I was so embarrassed that I didn't know what it was. It was just on my mind. And I was reading this week's Torah portion, which is, we're going to read in a minute, Vayishlach. And Vayishlach is about Jacob sending messengers. It begins sending messengers out to greet his brother Esau, and a whole plan of action that he takes before he meets with Esau. And often it's very hard to sympathize with Jacob because it appears that he is doing all of this in sort of a selfish, fearful way. And here is the person who is supposed to be our central forefather, the one that we're known for. And he's so fearful of his brother that he takes, because his brother has a mighty army, he's heard. So what he does is he sends forth these messengers to tell how great he is and how many gifts that he has for his brother. He prays to God, of course, and then he starts a whole strategy where he's sending everyone in front of him to show how mighty he is until he's left all alone where he wrestles with the angels. And this continues until he meets his brother, first sending everyone first, and then at the very end, sending himself. And I always thought that this was quite a selfish act, because if Esau really had a vendetta against him, he's putting all of these innocent bystanders in the line of fire. If he's really coming with an army all the way through, he's doing the exact opposite of what's taught in the Israeli army. In the Israeli army, officers are taught, acharai, after me, that the central soldiers go first. And this always seemed to contradict how I would think someone would approach. Until we got to this. I had a breakthrough, and luckily not a fall, that actually he was walking in the desert like a penguin. And it actually was quite a smart thing, bending his head slightly, walking flat-footed, extending his arms, taking all sorts of precautions so that there wouldn't be a fall of himself or the whole community. And he's still taking a risk. Walking out in winter is a risk for all of us. But if we do it with precautions, if we don't presume, like I often do, I'm young enough, I'll walk with my dog, this isn't so dangerous, then you hit that patch of black ice. And that's happened a couple times. I had a fall just last week. Luckily, I didn't fall in anything serious, but this is a normal occurrence. I'm sure that that all of you have been in that position where you feel so foolish and you get up. Here it tells you one of the key things is not to fall on your wrist or your back, to make sure it's all about how we fall. And I think that Jacob is actually in this Torah portion teaching us that valuable lesson. When you have a fearful moment or something that you should approach with trepidation, do it cautiously. Go slowly. He doesn't just run up to Esau. He has a whole plan of action with 10 steps in front of him. And we know what the end result is, or we wouldn't be here, because he doesn't get killed by his brother. He gets kissed by his brother. And there's a wonderful, very emotional moment, similar to when Joseph, in a little while, is reunited with his brothers. But it's all about the planning and foresight. So I'm going to try, now that I've seen Marina demonstrate for me exactly how to do it, because I thought I was walking like a penguin, but I was walking like this. Now I know, walking a little bit forward, even if it looks a little foolish. Has anyone actually walked like a penguin before? Did it help? Oh, when you're walking with the kids, yeah. All right, so we're gonna get to the story now, and I think it's also helpful to go over this because walking with the Torah, we don't want any slips or falls or anything like that. Although I don't think walking like a penguin while you're carrying the Torah is probably the best idea. So we're going to turn to our Torah service, which is on page 364. And I don't know, well, actually, Lil, would you like to come up again for this? It's up to you. Okay, so come on up. So Lil's going to come once more, and she's going to open our ark. And as the ark is open, we're going to rise carefully, deliberately. And actually, I've got to invite, we have Al Gallant, his birthday this Shabbat. It officially started tonight, right? It's your birthday, right?
Then he should carry
No, but tomorrow is today in Shabbat. So come on over.
And then he should carry his birthday.
What's that?
Let him carry the Torah.
I think We think we celebrated Harvey on Saturday morning. So,
Yeah.
all right, so we're gonna, if you want to open the ark, that'd be great.
Happy Erev birthday.
Page 366, we'll sing responsibly.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo.
Gadlu Adonai iti, u'nuram b'ma shemo
yachdav. Lecha Adonai hagidula, hagivura, hatiferet, ve'hanetzach ve'hakol. Ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz, ki kol b'shamayim u'ba'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha, v'abid na'aseh lechol levush. Torah, Torah, hallelujah. Torah, Torah, hallelujah. Torah, Torah, hallelujah. Torah, Torah, hallelujah.
You may be seated. I'd like to invite Harvey up here. If you look in the seats in front of you, luckily, all of you followed the implicit way we do synagogue life. No one is in the front row, so you're all good. So you should be able to find one of these Pentateuchs in the seats in front of you. It's just a book like this, and if you'd like to follow along, it's on page 122. Here, and if there's a reconstructed version, or it's up to you. Whatever let me just find it in our book. And again, we're going to be reading this section where Jacob is sending forth messengers.
Not many blinks.
I know. Harvey is pointing out that oftentimes there's little indentations. There's not a lot of breaks in the biblical, but in the Torah, but There are some, and there was a stretch of a bunch without any breaks. So I'm going to call you up. Ya'amod. What's your name? Is it Aharon? What are your parents' names? Aharon ben David v'Chana la'aliyah harishona. And if you want to take this, sorry. I'm going to take this and attach right up there.
Baruchu et Adonai Hamvarach.
Baruch Adonai Baruch Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Olam. Asher bochabonu mikol ha'amim. V'notan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Amen. Vayishlach Yaakov Melachim lefanav El Esav achiv artza seir stei adom v'yetzav otam lemor kotom rum ladoni le'esav ko amar avadecha Yaakov im Lavan garti ve'echar adata Vayihi li shor v'chamor tzon ve'eved v'shivcha v'yesh lecha lahagid ladoni l'motzei chen b'einecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher notan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam notan b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten HaTorah.
Amen. So we have a double blessing. It's not only Al's birthday, but he's retiring on Tuesday. So I think we can do a Simon Tov Mazel Tov and Yom Holedet Sameach. Should we do Simon Tov Mazel Tov. Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Simon Tov. Simon Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Simon Tov. Simon Tov and Mazel Tov and Mazel Tov and Simon Tov. Yehelanu. 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 Udechol Yisrael. Yehelanu. Yehelanu. Udechol Yisrael. Yehelanu. Yehelanu. Udechol Yisrael.
And he didn't want a fuss. He didn't want any kind of
Don't
fuss.
get any ideas about retiring. Okay, come on over here. We're going to do a little blessing.
Can we do Yom Holedet or?
Oh, yeah.
We'll
Let's
wait,
do
we'll
Yom
wait
Hol-
after the
Yeah, well,
blessing?
why don't we do a blessing and then
Good,
we'll do Yom Hol.
good.
Misha Berak Avatinu Abraham Yitzhak Yaakov Yimatinu Sarah Rechav Leah. May the Holy One have blessed your ancestors Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah. Bless Al, who is risen today in honor of Torah, in honor of Shabbat and community and family, in honor of his birthday this Shabbat, and achieving another year in this world, and in honor of his retirement from his wonderful job that he's had for many years. May he be granted the wisdom of all those years and love for all the amazing work that he's done in this world for UB and for others and for us. May he also feel very satisfied in that work, knowing he worked to the full extent of himself and is ready for a new phase in his life. And may God open up many doors for him on his new phase and give him the courage to create many things in the many years ahead with health and happiness. And we say, Amen. Now we get
Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach, Yom Holedet Sameach.
And many more yet. Now I know he's got koach for this, so I'm going to ask him to lift our Torah. Can we do it? We're going to rise with the Torah. We're going to need Lil up here again, too. He doesn't even need any help.
This up. We're gonna do this up. This up. שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, על שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הגמילות חסדים. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הגמילות חסדים.
And we put the Torah away with It's a Tree of Life.
It is the tree of life to those that are fast to it, and all of its supporters are happy. It is the tree of life to those that are fast to it, all of its supporters are happy. Ba-da-da-da, shalom, 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 shalom. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
You may be seated. Thanks for all, and Mazel Tov, Mazel Tov. We're going to say our blessing for healing, which we usually do during the Torah service, but I forgot it, so we're going to do it now. Oh, here it is, okay. And the Misha Barak, page 370 in your prayer books. You can put the other books, the Pentateuchs, the Chumashim, underneath. We're thinking in our community of Chad Ayers, Nicholas Carosella, Kathy and Chris Crawford, Bobby DeBruin, Roxanne Cohn, Gail Lewis, Cindy Lieber, Flora Snee, and Andrew Zubek. And we'll go around. If you have other names, just raise your hand.
John Wilson and Billy Moore. Stanley Flett, Ethan Koval, George Evans.
We take all those names in our hearts as we sing the Misha Barak, a prayer for healing.
משברך אבותינו, מקור הברכה אמותינו. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. V'sheberach imotinu mikor habracha lavotinu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
A complete healing of body and soul, and recognizing the gift of our bodies. I invite you to rise again, if you're able, page 586. And now we'll open our ark for one final time for Aleinu.
Alleluia,
Page 591. You may be seated. And we turn to our mourner's Kaddish. There's so many of us here whose hearts are full of sadness about a recent loss or about losses from times gone by. And actually, we had a loss in my own family. It was quite sudden. It was my mother's first cousin who lived in Israel in Efrat. His name was Jerry Locke, and he was about 65 years old, and he had a fall, I think about 3 months ago, and he never recovered from it. So his wife, Mimi, and I think 3 children. I was talking, actually, this is how small the Jewish world is. Moshe Silvershine, who's the rabbi at Temple Besedek, of course, he was friends with Jerry, and unfortunately I had to give him the bad news, but we're all interconnected. We also had another loss whose funeral is upcoming, Laura Majeski's father, David. We pray that he's at rest and peace. There will be viewing at the funeral home on Monday from 4 to 8. What's the name of the funeral home? Smilarik, which is in Cheektowaga. And there is a funeral service at 11 o'clock on Tuesday at the same place. We're also, and I feel Eva was telling me about her dog that died, and I do hope that his memories for a blessing, as well as the 4 people, 3 workers, I think, at the kosher market in Jersey City, as well as the brave officer that died in a horrific shooting this week. Really another, unfortunately, so many times we come here with these on our mind, but our hearts extend out. It was part of the Satmar community that's a somewhat insular group, but we're all connected in such a beautiful way. We're also remembering Shloshim, Carolee Arbit, Sheldon Benetovich, Dr. Leonard Horowitz, Donald Kirsch, Sandra Larke Kloman, and Norman Rosenthal. May all their memories be for a blessing. And our yahrzeit lists from years past, and forgive any mispronunciations: Bertha S. Alderman, Joseph Baker, Abraham Bates, Louis Brogadier, Joe Brown, Sadie Bunis, Minna Kamen, Abraham Isaac Cassover, Burton Cohen, Tessie Cohen, Nancy Cushman, Louis Fagan, Thomas Ferry, Jay Fry, Herman Gable, Boris Y. Gelfer, Alice Gordon, Raphael Jacoby, Henry Kahn, Jason Kaiser, Albert Klein, Sylvia Knopp, Joseph Kazauer, Morris Lattis, Fred Landau, Ted Lane, Bella Lesser, Samuel Levitt, Thomas Markel, John Mercurio, Benjamin Nyman, Philip Oken, Mary Pleskow, Dr. Louis Pierce, Diane Ponticos, Samuel Porton, Miriam Rakin Kolb, Abraham Raphael, Ruth Rasnick, Rita Ray, Edgar C. Revo, Ruth Sachs, Ben Shack, Marian Scheif, Sylvia Schulefand, Arthur Slonim, Louis Alvin Starsky, Florence Summer, Ann Toth, Arnold Weiss, Lillian Weiss, Ruth G. Wolkind. And I particularly want to say Miriam Rakin Kolb's name, that it's her 1-year yahrzeit anniversary. May her memory be for a blessing. We'll go if there's other names. So just raise your hand if you have any.
The other collect.
We take all those names in our heart. Those of you whose custom it is to rise, page 598. 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah b'alma divrach hirtei v'yamlik malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayed echol beit Yisrael b'agala v'zman kari v'yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah v'rach le'olam olmei olmaya yitparak v'yishtabak v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudasha b'rechu Leila min kol birchata v'shirata, tush bechata v'nechamata, damiran bi'alma v'yimru, amen. Yehi shlam rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. Oseh shalom v'yimromav, hu yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru, amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, and we say amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. Zikranam livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing. And I'd like to invite up, he's already coming here, Bruce Corus, our synagogue president. You should know there's an empty seat over there because Joanne Marquesi has been in Chicago at the URJ biannual this week.
Coming back with all sorts of ideas. I told her if they're free, we'll do them. Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, of course, to Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, and Paul Staley for a wonderful service tonight in honor of Shabbat. What are you guys doing tomorrow night? Is anyone free? You're coming here. You're coming right here tomorrow night, our very special Hanukkah concert, tomorrow night at 7:30, featuring Cantor Frank, guest musicians, and the debut of songs from her newly released Hanukkah Nights album. 8 crazy tracks. I'm told that there are some Buffalo references in the lyrics. I'm told we'll hear things that will say, whoo, listen to that. The music is really, really good. This was a labor of love for a very long time, and we are very much looking forward to the debut. Complimentary CDs for the concert are available through the generosity of Edward and Deborah Fine. The Oneg Shabbat will be co-sponsored by the Buffalo Jewish Federation and its Synagogue Council of Presidents, of which I am one, and Donna and Maury Horwitz. That is tomorrow night at 7:30. It promises to be a memorable night here at Temple, so I hope to see all of you here. Before that, however, we have Torah study tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, followed by the Shabbat morning service at 10:45. Bingo Monday night at 7:30, doors open at 6:30. Al told me earlier, he said, you know, now that I'm retired, I can work bingo. He is so excited about that exciting new chapter in his life. I'm going to train him as a caller.
Oh, he'd be good at that.
He wouldn't he?
Yeah, he's got that great.
He's got the pipes.
He's got the resonators. for
He
it.
does. He thinks I'm kidding. Next Friday, we have Erev Shabbat service at 7 o'clock p.m. We're all over the place on dates here. Sunday morning at 10, join Rabbi Alex for an adult B'nai. Oh, you're doing the adult B'nai Mitzvah thing.
It's anyone, we're just having our first meeting to
Got
see
it.
if people are interested.
This is the adult B'nai Mitzvah assessment meeting to discuss your interest in being part of it. This is really, really cool. The last one we did, Laura, when was that?
It was 2016.
Yeah, Laura was in it, Myra was in it. It was our largest one. It was very, very cool. That was yeah. Several months before, Myra said to me, "You're going to be on the Bima for that one." That's how she asked me to be there. It's a wonderful thing. So if anyone did not have a bar bat mitzvah as a child, perhaps you're a recent convert to Judaism, Mark and Victor.
We already signed up.
Have you signed up? Anyhow, it's a wonderful thing. So I hope we have a nice crowd, a nice turnout for this one. We have, oh my God, December is just full of stuff here. Wednesday, December 25th, we have our annual Chinese dinner here at Temple, 6 o'clock p.m. during Hanukkah. So I'm told we're going to have latke egg rolls this year. I'm not sure how they're going to turn out. Anyhow, deadline for reservation is December 20th, so please get your reservations in. I'm sorry? Chinese dinner, no movie. No, just dinner. I know, we go halfway. Yeah, absolutely. And then later that week, Friday the 27th, is our Hanukkah happening. This year featuring a Frozen 2 theme. Beginning at 6 o'clock p.m., we'll have a latke bar. We will all bring our menorahs, and we'll have a giant table lined with aluminum foil, and we'll all light our menorah. It's a lot of fun. We will be using our beautiful Mishkan Tefillah for Youth Prayer Book, and our first ever dreidel tournament. Whoa, we'll be spinning everywhere. So we got a lot of stuff going on Friday, December 27th. Oh, cool. Very nice, Eva. We want to wish you all Shabbat Shalom. We would like to thank Marcia Bougie and Mark Nightinger for, surprise, being our service greeters tonight. Maureen Seitz from the Women of Shir Shalom for helping with the Oneg. Please join us in the social hall for the Oneg. You're having a party at your house?
We're making the women of Shir Shalom are coming to my house on the 26th, on Thursday, 6 o'clock in the evening. We're going to make latkes, talk to me in the Oneg, and I'll give you all the details.
Cool. We're going to be latke'd out that week. Outstanding. Yes, we'll be, then we'll all go on Sugar Busters or something. Shabbat Shalom.
Tums. You're going to need a lot of tums.
Pardon me?
You're going to need a lot of tums.
A lot of Tums. Yep. You ready for tomorrow night? Did you notice that she didn't hold back tonight? She said, "I'm not going to save my voice. I'm good. I got it."
But we do have a number of people. We have our harmonica player here, and I think, is there any other musicians?
Mike?
Mike's here, of course, yeah. He blends right in there.
Oh, and then the Sharon pop-ups. They're
Sure.
here too.
And we're going to have the
Better be
North Presbyterian choir here.
Thank God for the Presbyterians. They always come in great numbers to our events.
It's very true. You know the best group to invite is the Mormons, the Church of Latter-day Saints. When they come with a choir, wow, that's a choir.
Well, the Presbyterians will be number 2 then.
We're going to move to the conclusion of the service, page 625, Adon Olam, and we're going to go Sephardi style, French Sephardi. I never heard of that. That's kind of cool.
Oh, you know this one. We've been doing it for years.
Yeah, but I never knew it was French and Sephardi.
Adon Olam asher malach b'terem kol yitzir mira li'ed nasa v'chefzav kol azai melech shemo nikra azai melech shemo nikra v'yacharei kiknot hakol levado yimloch nora Behu haya, behu hove, behu yeh, v'tifara, behu yeh, v'tifara, behu echad, v'en sheni, lecha shilo, lecha bira, b'li reshit, b'li taklit, elo ha'oz, ve'ha'misra, below ha'oz ve'ha'misra Behu eli rechai go'ali V'tzorchev li b'yitzhara Behu nisi umanos li Menat kosi b'yom ekra Menat kosi b'yom ekra B'yado avkid Tishan mi'ayira Ve'im ruchi geviati
final blessing. I looked over there, one of our candles is completely out. I thought,
That is
I had to
so
look at my
strange.
watch. Did we do like a 3-hour service? No.
Oh, no.
It's one of them. The oil from the menorah lasts 8 days. We can't even get a candle last an hour.
A service.
Yeah. Chala Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. As you came in peace, may you leave in peace like a penguin, and may you return your prayer books to the front of the sanctuaries. Signs the leaflet. Shabbat Shalom.